and it's making a fantastic difference. End to end is the only way that we can get around the revolving door of treatment, because that's what we're seeing. The same people, time again, coming in. I'm due another detox, but I don't want the thiamine injections. So, I remember, I've met many great friends since developing NERAF, and one in particular is Carol Taylor. And we spend hours on the phone to each other, and she gave me a little bit of a reality check just a few weeks ago when she says, well, look at NERAF now. She said, I can remember when you came to Sunderland with nothing. And she was correct. I had no money to set NERAF up. Anybody I asked for money to set NERAF up said, well, you've got to work with drugs as well. And no, two different issues need to be tamed in different environments. But yes, I had nothing, but had a vision. And a vision is a journey. It's not a destination. So if you liken it to this, one of my great passions is sailing. I love the sea. I've recently just spent some time in it in nice hot weather, and certainly not Roca Marina. So if you put back to 5 years ago, I picture myself in a canoe. And part of the journey, I've gone from a kayak, a small boat, a yacht, and now we're a cruise liner. Now, to help me steer these boats with the investment we've had, been able to take on 2 operations managers, 2 ship's captains, who I'm going to introduce you to now, who are going to tell you exactly how NERAF works with people. Can I introduce Graham Friend and Roger Sykes, please?
Everyone, my name is Graham Friend. I'm the operations manager for Gateshead and South Tyne. I've made some notes here as well, a bit briefer than Roger as well. I took the post the same time as Roger did about 6 months ago, where I first became aware of NERAF about a year ago, when I was appointed to be a trustee. The reason why I was so keen to get involved was when I started to hear about what NERAF does and the approach for it, I was very, very impressed. In my past professional experience, I've been involved in the more often spoken about consequences of alcohol misuse, such as antisocial behaviour, domestic violence, and I've never really addressed the root causes of this, and that really intrigued me. And as I say, I became the trustee then, and when I heard the post for the operations manager coming up for Gateshead and South Tyne, I jumped at the chance. One of the big things that both Roger and I have worked on closely is the similarity between the sailing from the kayak to the yacht to the luxury liner. In all this, as in the organisation, it requires changes. With the kayak, you can go with just your oars and they'll be fine. With the yacht, you've got your sails, so you have to have other things in place too. And I think Roger and I have been quite instrumental in hopefully, in implementing new changes in processes and systems. And it can be challenging for everyone, I understand that, but I think everyone's working with that really well. Now the areas got the cover. I cover Gateshead and South Tyneside. Now it's a strange area itself. South Tyneside, you've got South Shields, you've got Jarrow, Heaven and Bolton. And then you've got Gateshead, which is a big sprawling area all by itself. And the one thing I've been very conscious of, people are very reluctant to travel. Now, really we'll have one base somewhere, which we'll have got a temporary base which we moved into on Tuesday just gone at Gateshead. It's Aiden House in Sunderland Road. And it is a temporary base. It's a 2-man office, and it's 17 of us squeezing in at the moment. But it's a base to start working from, and we can start actually getting out there and doing more work. But the main thing is, it's very conscious that I think a lot of our work is going to have to focus on outreach. We have to do finding premises basically. We also do group works, one-to-one. So one of the big things I want to do at the end of this is, anyone here, if you know of any rooms available, please let me know. What really do with it? Free, of course, because I do have a budget. Yeah. One of the things, let's say, with this particularly the South Tyneside area. In Sunderland, you've got a central area, you've got a central transport system, quite easy, Roger, isn't it, really? Whereas with South Tyneside, you've got a corridor area, and people won't travel. It's going to be a bit of a problem with Shores, you're going to have to be overcome. The staff, now my staff are all here. I did want everyone to stand up, but nobody wanted to, so I'll introduce this all from here. I have team leader, Mark Bennett. I have Katie Ballard, who's a support worker. I'm looking forward to the rest of our Brooke Turner, she's a support worker. And Lawrence Sleep, who's a support worker as well. And we're ably supported by Jude, who met you at the door there. Jude Weston, waving away in the background there. Basically, because of the division in the areas, I've decided to split the staff for 2 to Gateshead and 2 to South Tyneside. Mark and Brooke will be in South Tyneside, Katie and Lawrence will be in Gateshead. At the moment, we do have 3 groups running in Gateshead, and we'll have 1 running in South Tyneside, and we're imminently going to change that and progress it to more and with the one-to-one side of things as well. Everyone's undergoing trainers, as Roger sort of referred to there, health and social care level 3 to 4. There's a heavy focus on staff development, both internal and external training. Again, this comes to the kayak, to the yacht. We've got to invest in people to get the best out of everyone as well, and to offer the best service to those requiring our services. Volunteers, with having just a small, relatively small staff level, very conscious as well that volunteers play a very, very important role within NERAF. And in particular, I'm very keen to recruit volunteers for the Gateshead South Tyneside areas. We do need to bolster our resources in effect. We are covering hours at the moment of between 10 and 6, and some of the moment covers between 10 and 8. And that's what I aspire to when we're ready for it. But the important thing is we must have the correct systems and processes in everything in place. That's not going to fail. So I'm not prepared to put something out there which is going to fall down. With this in mind, both Roger and I work very closely on a volunteer system with 3 phases. You see, we do ask a lot from our volunteers. We're very respectful of them as well, appreciate all the help all the time. But we want to give them something back too. What we do is we've got these 3 phases which we have. When someone starts, they will become a facilitator. This is after an interview process, an application and interview process, and a commitment to certain hours on a regular order. There is a probation period for that for 3 months as well, which on completion of that, that's
right. As you know, my name is Roger Sykes. I've actually been with NERAF now for about 6 months. My background is that of counselling. I'm a qualified counsellor, and I used to work for NECA for approximately 3 years. The last 2 years of working at NECA, I was developing a specific gambling counselling service. So some of the skills that I had over there, I've been able to transfer here in developing this service. So it's actually been really quite an exciting time to come to NERAF. What I'd like to do is just really give you an idea of exactly what it is that we do. Quite often we talk very clearly about funding and targets and where it is that we want to go. What I'd really like to do in this slot that I have is to tell you a little bit about what it would be like from the client's journey, if you like, what it is that we actually do when a client comes through the door. Before I get into that, I'll tell you a little bit about the team that we have. Here in Sunderland, Graham will obviously elaborate on the services that he's developing in his area. We now have 6 staff members working within the Sunderland project. That includes myself as operations manager,